So before I took the Design for Digital Age program, I really approached design much less in a much less structured way. So I would try to understand what was needed and where we were trying to go. And then I think what I would say is that I designed my approach much like I was designing an in-person training class or session, and then adapted it to a more virtual audience. I used our LMS to design our e-learnings, trying to think about what the learning outcomes would be. And then our Zoom calls were primarily a space to review and answer questions, show examples, sometimes practice applying the skills. So I didn't really use many virtual engagement tools. I thought I was really kind of taking it from my background of doing these in-person sessions and had just sort of applied the same principles to doing it on camera. So I was relying on slides, just asking folks to unmute or use the chat to participate. So my approach wasn't really with the virtual space at front of mind. And I think that was one of the major changes for me. After I took the Design for Digital Age course, I was much more thoughtful before I had even started designing the course about how to engage my learners in a number of different ways over this virtual space. It was immediately applicable to me because I was in the process of redesigning one of our programs, our training programs. And so I found every session with Hannah and the folks that I took my course with, I got more insights about how to approach the work, not just as sort of, okay, we're taking an in-person program and just throwing it on the screen, but how do you think about tapping into virtual engagement as one of your primary outcomes? You really want people to engage through the screen, not just because they're watching you speak, but because they're actually clicking on things, working with some of these virtual tools to engage with the materials in a new way. And that for me was the biggest transition. I think one would be the high level design template was off the bat when I was first kind of creating my program, my initial program was really useful to me. I think the other one that was really useful to me, the participant workbook. I had actually never developed my own participant workbook. Just having that template helped me to understand what I should be including, and making it, again, really simple. I can just kind of take my own materials and use that as the framework. So I would say of the two that I initially right off the bat used, those would have been two that I found really, really helpful.